to the biblical idea of the virtuous woman. They really didn't come together for me, and I asked the Most High in regards to this. And the typical housewife was something that was created out of capitalism. And I pray that in our next segment, that I'll be able to, in our next couple of segments, I'll be able to share more of that with you. So, and of course, or especially because of that, we must get back to basics. So let's see what this virtuous woman, this woman of purity, of chasteness, of integrity did. Proverbs 31, starting at verse 10. It reads, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." She is very precious. She's very rare. Okay? The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. No need, what does that mean? In the in the Hebrew dictionary, is the word 2637, and it means to lack, by implication to fail, want, lessen, decrease, have need. So he will have no lack of spoil, or no failing of spoil. What is spoil? It means gain. Okay? So the things that she's putting her hands to do is producing what the family and the community needs. Okay? She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. Good, remember we looked at the word good, and it means bountiful, prosperity, okay? And will do, to treat a person that is benefit, deal bountifully, do good, and that's the number 1580 in the Hebrew. So she will do him good, excuse me, and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh, she searches, she searches, she seeks wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. Why is she seeking wool? And where do wool come from? It comes from sheep. Okay? And flax, where do flax come from? Flax is a plant that grows in the Middle East. And I believe some of it can also grow here. But she's seeking these resources around, and she works with them. Let's see what she makes with it. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. Now, what does the merchant ships do? They go from port to port. They trade and buy, finding the items that's needed for their community. So that's what she is doing. Also, we're looking at the word to work willingly, which is, I thought was really good. It means, it's Numbers 26:56 in the Hebrew, and it means pleasure, desire, a matter as something in mind, acceptable, delight, things desired, purpose, willingly. She wants to work with her hands. She wants to use her skill, her creativity, her God-given creativity, and her God-given skill to produce the things that are necessary for the community. Okay, so let's continue here. it says that, excuse me, so she brings her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. So she is tirelessly working. She is being industrious to make sure that the household, and in our case, that what we're looking at with our brethren and sisters, that the household of faith is being taken care of. So she rises while it is yet night. She gives meat or food to her household and a portion to her maidens. That means she's giving instruction. She's giving direction on what is needed to prepare for the next day. What is needed to prepare for the future. And that's what we have to ask ourselves, women, sisters, believers in Messiah, in Christ. What do we need to do to prepare our household, to prepare the household of faith in this wicked and untoward generation? Let's continue to see what this virtuous woman did. She considereth a field, and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hand, she planteth a vineyard. Now, what does that mean, a fruit of her hand? With what she puts into the ground, what her energy, her skill, her labor, she puts into that ground so that it can bear fruit. Okay? And that fruit is power. Okay? That fruit is power to provide the necessities of the community. She girdeth her loins with strength, and she strengtheneth her arms. To gird her loins, that means she strengthens the small of her back. And when you see many women, you see pictures of women in other countries, what have you, they're carrying loads of sticks and loads of water or loads of food, things that they need to bring back to their community for its survival. That's in a literal sense. But it says she strengthens her arms. What do you do to strengthen your arms? You work them, okay? You have to use them. So, excuse me, it goes beyond the housewife ideology of being a great cleaner and a great organizer. Cleaning and organizing in the home are essential, but they are not the purpose of the woman's role in the family community. That is something that has to be, and everyone in the community helps with that, and she makes sure it gets done. But she has to gain strength. Okay. So she perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. What merchandise? Remember, it says that she seeks wool and flax, and she works with her hands. She works willingly with her hands. And she's working on this wool and flax all night. She's working on it diligently. When you look up the word diligently in the Hebrew, and I'm speaking in general, like in Proverbs, diligently means hastily, means, to be on the ball. It's like really the opposite of being slothful. Excuse me. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hand holdeth the distaff. Now the spindle